you know, on this, we're up against some more, you know, tasty players here, and trades across the board now off the rip as we're following Slate Nasty, just holding down this A side here as Hold Forward is getting some time on the hill. Now, I do like, you know, ever since that change back, I believe, what was it, season 4 or 3 maybe? A while back, where with the instant hill cap, really gives a new dimension to this game, really kind of refreshed like King of the Hill for a lot of players, and really kind of can lead to some very clutch moments here. So, hope to see some of that here today.
Yeah, you mentioned it, the difference in that hill time certainly going to be a factor. Impulse Vibes going to take down Glyphics up in the attic side of things. So far, a lot of back and forth here on this bad side hill, but Jarbowl currently looking to clear out some space here, not looking to immediately put pressure on Alienated hiding down in the hill. So the hill just going to freely change sides, excuse me, without much slaying going in either team's direction.
And Alienated here now, absolutely Alienated, as he's collapsed on by 2 players of Dazed Clan, and you know, still somehow able to hold out on that hill for quite some time. And here we are. Keep pause vibes. If they get this kill, they get the hill. If they don't, they're gonna lose it. And wow, it just seems like both things happen at once. But it is Dazed Clan who do pounce on the hill in the end, and that's 1-0 to our top seed here.
Yeah, and it ends up coming down to those respawns. You mentioned it, Delta. Somebody needed to stay alive. Trades across the board, and Dazed Clan winning that respawn race. They're taking up that first hill. Seems they spawned out towards Long Haul, but Slate Nasty and Alienated couldn't clear out that side. Active camo, pretty sure getting burned there.
Yeah, but you never know. You never know. There's always that, like, you know, little couple of a tenth of a second, you know, where things can get weird. But no, it does seem like it is fully burned now, and this is a great use of your smoke here, of your shroud screen. You know, just getting yourself some time to recover, and cutting off like lines of attack here. And Dazed Clan do fall in the end, but it was quite a costly fight there for Status Who.
Yeah, and you see Dazed Clan a little leaking off the respawn. They're trying to put pressure on the Alienated before these Status Who respawners and put some work in. East Pulse Vibes going to be that first respawner for Status Who, and Dazed Clan do just that. They're able to isolate that player on the hill. If you're the last player on the hill, or if you're the last player alive for your team and you're on the hill, it's so dangerous. You paint a giant target on your back, say, come and get me, Dazed Clan. They're able to do just that as they're racking up a whole lot of hill time, looking poised to double up their lead here. Well,
absolutely, and in that scenario, you either want to die fast or live long, you know? You don't want to fall in that awkward position where you're in the respawn screen while your team is collapsing on the hills. So leaving your team kind of down 1 in a team fight. And Status Who here now, putting in an impressive display, clearing out Dazed Clan, but time has ticked quite a bit there, if I'm seeing correctly, for Dazed Clan. And yeah, just
and they've got sorry to cut you off, Delta. Dazed Clan have that attic spawn, so they're able to just jump right in the pit, put up a whole lot of pressure.
That's what I'm talking about. You see, that's what you used to be able to do, but you can't anymore. You know, I mean, it does just tick up immediately, and those 2 last ticks happen based off of excellent pressure. But you know, great work there by Dazed Clan to just close it out with no muss and no fuss.
Amazing play by Dazed Clan, just sneaking into the hill. They had an amazing respawn to just immediately put out pressure. So you mentioned it earlier, Delta, buy some time for your respawners to get up. They do that to perfection. All 4 are good. They say, let's hit the hill all at the same time. You saw leave Alienated there, Hold Forward, staring down 3 Dazed Clan players. They're forced to give it up. Well, so far, so good. A bit of a better attempt here. They're already racking up hill time on this 3rd hill, but they're facing 2 down for Status Who. Make it 3 as Dazed Clan continuing to pile on. Still unmatched.
Absolutely.
2-0. Sorry.
Absolutely. Oh, sorry. No, you. No,
We're all over it
yeah,
here.
I've got it.
Days Clan. Man,
Yeah.
we are. Okay,
I mean-
go your turn. Your turn. That's
Okay, all right. I'll be quick, and I'll just say that here the kill differential isn't quite that big. It isn't like a 3-hill swing big, but what we're seeing here is excellent efficiency from Dazed Clan Sandwich.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned it. These hills have been so close. We saw it on the first hill. It was a race off of the respawn. Second hill snuck right out of Status Who's hand. A bit of a better performance from Dazed Clan there. They got that first punch off Status Who. They didn't let go. They're already looking so good. They do not want any of these Caster's Curse shenanigans. They want a repeat of that 3-0 victory in the regular season.
Yeah, and they're well on their way to it with this C-plat hill being so difficult to capture, and when it's so critical to do here, when your back is up against the wall, 3-0 down, I mean, it's going to be either a very long 3 minutes or a very quick cap here by Dazed Clan.
Nice play by really OP there. He's got a really strong position, but it doesn't have too much help, so he's able to bait the hill, take down 2 members of Status Who, and now, oh, unfortunate timing on the sticky grenade there. He dropped to try to bait it out, but he went up a little too soon. Status Who still coming out on top on this 4th hill, and they're going to need it.
Yeah, like, this is squeaky bum time now for Status Who. You know, you don't want to go down 4-0 against an opponent that wiped you in earlier series, so you know, for their mentals, they need to try and get something out of it, even if it is just a little bit more time to get some slays in.
Poised to do just that. Delta about 60% of hill time, although just as I say that, 2 go down. Oh God, looking to make it a 3rd, but he goes down. This time it's hold forward, holding this spot back. Turbine, a great place to bait this 4th hill.
Yeah, and you know, being very disciplined here, it can when what Glyphix just comes right up up their backside, and you know, and EPOS Vibes drops down and gets back smacked as well. What is going on here? Glyphix just absolutely saying no more. Sorry lads, this is going to be a 4-0 victory for my team by hook or by crook.
Yeah, Glyphix trying to wrap it up. You saw it there, taking down 3, but Dazed Clan still not racking up any hill time. A whole lot of explosions there as one falls, and this hill is a bit more back and forth.
Absolutely, but like, if you're Dazed Clan, like, you're more concerned with making this hill as painful as possible. You know, you really, like, it's not so much about this hill as it is just choking as much time off the clock as possible to put a high amount of pressure onto Status Who here.
And taking out a fair amount of time, 1:43 left to play, and we're still not even done with that first rotation of hills, and we go into the pit. Alienated, certainly going to give a good start to his Status Who squad. He's got this active camo, still waiting for Dazed Clan to show themselves. They spotted a couple members down there at the bottom elevator, but yet again, Delta Dazed Clan waiting for the right time to strike, and that first kill going their way.
Yeah, and that's huge. You know, but a great few shots there from Pause Vibes, and you know, gets kind of denies like an easy kind of chunk of time there for Dazed Clan, and yeah, they're doing the faithful "get my head off your screen please" jump back to back C.
He's trying to get his head out of hold forwards. Crosshairs isn't able to do so. Teammates have got his back. Rolly almost with the triple. Slate Nasty gonna stop the bleeding. 4 down.
All dead.
For Dazed Clan, so they're gonna have one more good shot off the respawn. We've seen him do it before, but Status Who looked really good on this 5th hill.
Absolutely, and yeah, Status Who though just really trading efficiency. Like, I mean, I love that from Pause Vibes and Slate Head. It's like Slate Nasty. They were inside each other's heads, trading out, allowing the player with the more shields just to come in and clean that up. And now at 3-2, you're starting to get nervous on Dazed Clan side.
Signs of life, and if you're Dazed Clan, you don't want to let it get to 3-3. You don't want to give Status Who all the momentum, and off the break, Dazed Clan go 3 for 1. Slate Nasty, that last player standing. Dazed Clan able to get Status Who 4 down for just a moment.
It's a very important moment.
Yeah, free reign of the camouflage. How are Status Who gonna respond here? You see, Dazed Clan are just content to milk the entire clock here. Only 45 seconds left to play. All the pressure on Status Who to make a move.
Absolutely, and this is kind of the ramifications of the fight that went down on C here. You know, C is such a difficult hill to build a comeback off of, and with Yopi just patrolling top gold, he's going to need to be cleared out if they're going to have any hope of getting this B hill. Pause Vibe's doing a good job there. 15 seconds on the clock though, so this hill has to be capped with no longer than 15 seconds with a player off it. So, ooh, tension definitely rising up here now.
Yeah, a lot of pressure for Status Who. So far, it's just what the Delta ordered though. They were able to clear out pipes. Got a lot of map control. They give up the hill for just a moment. That's moments they could hardly afford. Slate Nasty gonna have to clear out all the red pipes. He's not able to do so. He's got to get in there immediately. It's a trade though. Dazed Clan still playing catch up here. At least on this specific hill, you see some players diving in. Status Who still maintaining that control. They're about 70% of the way there.
Yeah, and 7 seconds on the clock, and with this new hill kind of layout, you know, you have a lot less places to hide, and especially now with your opponents coming in and being able to split like that, it's just going to be too much, you know, too little, too late, you know. And wow, we're coming in here hot.
Oh,
double kill here for Slate Nasty, just absolutely nading the absolute bejesus out of like our stairs there. So wow. Jarbowl now just trying to capitalize on this. I think they know where the spawns are, but they don't know about the snake in the grass. That PD does pick up a kill, trade it out for it, but I mean, it gives a lot of tempo and advantage here to Status Who. It's just whether or not they can capitalize on it. One kill now, the difference, and with shotgun in the hands of hold forward, you know, he's going to want to hold forward as long as he can to shove that shotgun down an enemy's esophagus.
We're getting scientific here. Hold forward with that shotgun. Gonna look to do just that. He finds one in the feed, and it seems, I mean, so far Delta, we talked about the slow starters, but Status Who warmed up now, a much closer affair. So far, Status Who take their first lead of the series, coming in 7-6, still a narrow game. Status Who getting into some winning halo. There's more of that shotgun action. The esophagus of Dazed Clan there. Just Slate Nasty looks like trying to see if there's a couple more shells in the chamber. Not able to find them. But Status Who looking good so far, up 2.
Yeah, no, really impressive work there from Status Who to get themselves back in this. I think this is kind of maybe a throwback now to when this map was just like a little slower. Like just in these few moments where we're seeing just teams trying to coordinate, get themselves together, and make a push, namely Dazed Clan. The only thing now, if you're Status Who, is you do not want to allow them to dictate the pace of this game, because we saw in the last one, I mean, once they turn up the heat, I mean, it's going to be very difficult to slow them down.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if it did end up being as extreme as we saw on that King of the Hill, where time ends up being a factor. But you mentioned it, Delta. This map can slow to an absurd crawl, especially as you get towards 50 if it's a close game. Teams love to slow down the tempo on this map. These long lanes make it so easy to do just that. We're seeing more of that slow tempo, but that shotgun coming up, more esophagus action, but alienated, not watching his back, facing some heat from Dazed Clan, is going to end up giving it up alongside of his whole Status Who squad. 4 down in favor of Dazed Clan. They opened up a 7-kill lead.
What an excellent push there from Dazed Clan. Everything fell in their favor because they set it up exactly that way. And yeah, just a textbook kind of push there. Both sides overwhelmed. They managed to isolate the 2v1 and then capitalize on their numbers very quickly to wipe their opponents.
Yeah, that That was, I mean, amazing. It went from absolute standstill to all 4 down. So Slate Nasty, the rest of Status Who looking to get back into the game. Alienated, picking up a ninja. Slate Nasty gonna grab a 1. Status Who punching back here, 2-on-2. Pulled forward, not looking to do so that time. Doesn't have any numbers, but certainly knows where Dazed Clan are. And relay that information to his Status Who squad mate. Seems both teams yet again playing slow with this active camo coming up.
Absolutely, and fantastic play there from Slate Nasty. He got a very important win, and sometimes, you know, the heat of the moment can get to you, and you want to build on that. But great awareness to back off to Cafe side, get himself out of the danger zone, and meet back up with his team, be in a position to help during those team fights.
First non-traded active camo coming out here in favor of Dazed Clan. Seems to be paying dividends. A Pulse Vibe trying to pick up some stragglers here, give some aid to his teammates who have just gone down. But I think he's just given up his position to Dazed Clan, and there's no stragglers in sight. He's gonna fall. Alienated looking to do the same in Status Who.
Don't chase this.
Yeah,
Don't
caught in a
chase
bit
it,
of a
guys.
cycle. And Dazed Clan are capitalizing, Delta.
Yeah, hold forward was definitely dead, but Slate Nasty need to kind of back off there, because this is going to get very, very bad for Status Who very shortly, because they're in a very disadvantageous position for these fights.
Yeah, Slate Nasty now being called out. Hold forward and Slate Nasty gotta buy time for these respawning teammates. Maybe bait Dazed Clan to run into your wall, but Dazed Clan, they've been so disciplined this whole time. If they aren't able to keep the blender going. They're so aware of the timings. They're able to slow it down. Alienated, catching them unaware that time, but yet again, seems they've got the trade. Although just to say that Status Who, chasing their losses, that time coming out on top. Still a large deficit to come back from though, Delta. 11 kills in Dazed Clan's favor.
Yeah, I think the first kill here needs to be clean, and it looks like it will be. 2 now down, and you know, with 10 kills, 11 now the difference, 12. And only 8 lives remaining for Status Who. They're really going to have to pull a rabbit out of a hat here to keep themselves from going from facing elimination in the series.
Alienated, nice little 2-piece to keep Dazed Clan numbers down. Perhaps the start of a comeback. You want to see them get this active camo as well. The first time they got it, it was immediately traded out of their hands. The next time active camo went up, it went to Dazed Clan. Want to see a different push here. Alienated diving on it. Dazed Clan ready for it again. They're able to get active camo punched in. Sounds like it got traded out yet again. But if you're Dazed Clan, you're more than happy to take that. They're up massive now, 3 kills away from doubling up their series lead, taking the map 2 victory here. Roly poly, just staying alive, spinning. He's catching all of Status Who there. Looking at him, his teammates capitalizing there.
Yeah, I think was it a hold forward there? Got a pretty bad spawn, it looked like, into PD, and just left him as a sitting duck. And down go Status Who 2-0 in this series. And
that'll be that first half that we mentioned that they showed in map 2 early on. Is that overshield being traded? No, it's going into the hands of Status Who. Alienated diving on it that time, and it ends up going their way. Yeah, overshield in the hands. Status Who. Yeah, you see that on the left side of your screen. Oh god, looking to put out this fire here though, Delta.
Yeah, and Alienated needs to win here, but he goes down like no shield, and that's going to slow down this pull a lot. Alienated though able to make it into car, and going the top car run, like, you know, just a very heads-up play. He knew where his teammates were, he knew where the enemy was spawning, and he is right here, but 2 grenades just absolutely decimate him. And Glitzy's able to get the touch out as well. This flag could be very well dead.
Oh my, it is. No one watching the OE for Status Who. Amazing wherewithal awareness from Dazed Clan to understand that. They just go running at the flag. They nade that poor flag carrier back to that respawn screen, and they get us basically back to even. Status Who taking that on the cheek though. They're already mounting this counterattack. Another pull going their way.
Yeah, but I think they're laying in wait here for that. And, you know, they were very well set up there, but I think just maybe a second or 2 late just copping up. And now all 4 of them are dead, and Slate Nasty just running this all the way no inhibitions, and that is a great sign for Status Who. We're seeing signs of life now.
Yeah, you'd love to see it. They didn't need 2 rounds of slays because they were just going so fast. Late Nasty moving with the quickness. By the time Dazed Clan were 4 dead, he was basically already in their utility. That's what you want to see out of your flag runner. Sense of urgency coming out of Status Who trying to get back in the series.
Absolutely, and this overshield now being fought over very heavily. So Status Who now have it in their hands, and I believe it's alienated again. Just making their way through this fridge area and getting the kill. Unfortunately, overshield is now spent, but with 2 players he's facing being very low, he's able to have his team trade them out.
And trade's going both ways, it seems here, Delta. So the Status Who attack, not going to get all the way to the base, but you mentioned it alienated off to an absurd start, grabbing those first 2 overshields en route to 10 and 2 and 7 assists. This lead right now, it's a narrow lead for Status Who, but it's got their fingerprints all over it, a part of 17 of his squad's kills here. And Oh God has an amazing flank. You're saying Oh God if you're Status Who, is this flag making it out of your base as we speak.
Yeah, and electing for this bottom car run, does get the slide, gets it over into their car. So you know, it's going to be very difficult now. It's all about how Status Who approach this. And wow, a very early kill there onto him. And I gotta say, I'm a bit surprised. Looked like the numbers were there, Sandwich.
Yeah, honestly, I agreed. You saw that one straggler on Status Who towards where the Needler used to be, now where the plasma pistol is. You know, they bought just a smidge of time for those respawners on Status Who, and you know that the cavalry arrived in spades. They've already got a counter cap going their way.
Yeah, and these are some great omens here. And I mean, I've got to just say, like, top tier work, alienated and hold forward, just absolutely popping off. I mean, some players need their back up against the wall to bring out their best Halo, and boy, are we seeing it here from these 2.
Yeah, and being on the same page with your team to the point where you're up 2-0 and you're up 2-0 on flag caps and on overshields. Everybody on the right page or Status Who right now. And you mentioned it, alienated hold forward, leading that statistical charge. Alienated getting a big kill there, not letting the Dazed Clan offense get set there. They get the pull, but this flag basically dead.
2 dead again. And I mean, they're doing like, this is a taste of their own medicine for Dazed Clan, because they're just absolutely cycling the entire Dazed Clan team here. And all they have to do is just be a little bit careful. They don't let anyone kind of sneak in and spoil the broth. But 2 dead now for them. But it does look like they will have enough time to respawn up and clear out their garden.
Of someone spoiling the broth, Glyphix getting into the backline there, but he gets traded out. So Dazed Clan still looking for this first sign of life on offense. You've got someone in the base, you got Roly looking to clear out those Status Who respawners out on the fridge side. Jarble able to turn that first corner. Got to get down a very long hallway to turn that second corner, and it seems you're going to have to get through EPOS. Both players leading in the blue utility. Jarble versus EPOS.
Great
Dazed Clan have... Yeah, Dazed Clan have the help. Both flags are still out. Oh, another 1v1. So important here. Oh God, gonna be the one to go down. There's numbers in Status Who's favor.
Forwards there too.
And Status Who's flag is returned. Dazed Clan's flag is still out. Delta, they're looking to triple their lead here.
This is nuts. Like that, like 2 are like, you know, that double play there by Hold Forward and Alienated to cut off that flag and get that bull was just insanity. Like, they are feeling themselves in this game 3.
And yeah, again, I mean, undefeated on the overshields. Another one goes their way. This one into EPOS vibes is Spartan right there. Jarble gonna pick up a double. Left 1 shot though. Overshield could be lurking around any corner. Jarble just concerned with getting his shields back as EPOS vibes. I believe that was the Spartan with that overshield. He's gonna calm down. His overshield's been burnt. We're back to neutral. Hold forward with a grenade from way downtown. Gonna take down Glyphix. Second sticky, not gonna be as lucky. Gonna end up getting basically an assist for Slate Nasty there, his teammate. A bit of neutral being played here. Well, just as I say that, the Dazed Clan flag being tossed out yet again.
Oz is just, or no, sorry, this is Yoppy. That I'm sorry, it's a very difficult one to parse, Yoppy. But yeah, fantastic play there to get that out. But as I say that, flag returned, and with 3 dead here for Status 2, I think they're going to be just in time to be able to, prevent a counter cap situation here.
It's going to be so close. You see EPOS 5 is just trying to get in there. He knows the whole Dazed Clan team bearing down on him. They just barely punch it in. Delta got to watch out for this Dazed counterattack.
Oh, absolutely, but I didn't think that they were going to get that at all. I thought it was completely locked down by Dazed Clan, and that they were going to maybe have a 3-1 situation, but wow, 4 minutes now left, and 4 flags to lead. I mean, they're now just playing for pride here, Dazed Clan, in this game 3.
Yeah, Dazed Clan would need an absurd run of flag caps to get back into this game, and as yet another Dazed Clan pull ends up getting returned, and Alienated has the Dazed Clan flag out yet again. Ends up running into 3 members of Dazed Clan, though the triple kill not in the cards for Alienated. He had the coin flip there, Delta. He flipped wrong, and that flag gonna go back.
Absolutely, he ran into the entire alive Dazed Clan team. Like,
Oh,
those
no
were all
way.
the players on the server for a moment. Oh!
The last second, that flag was like microseconds away from going back to you see Dazed Clan players just forget about it. That's going back towards our base regardless, but instead it's going to be Status Who punching it in for the 5-0 victory here in map 3. In game 4 on board with EPOS 5, it's already getting some of that utility in their hands, using it almost immediately, facing...
That was beautiful. Unfortunately, he was absolute, but yeah, I mean, he deserved to live there. That was a great use of the Quantum Translocator.
Yeah, heads up play to use it literally immediately after popping it.
Yeah, Slate Nasty now with the ball, but Alienated plays Hold Forward plays with his life for it, and very difficult situation here. A lot of great shots being hit here with the sniper rifle, but it now I believe falls into the hands of Pause Vibes, and things are a bit hectic here off the rip.
Status Who asking, do you stay or do you go? This ball is in no man's land. They bring Dazed Clan down though, so they're gonna be able to answer that question however they see fit, and they're gonna opt to stay. They're not gonna look to maybe rush the rotate over to C. They're instead gonna play it to A. See Dazed Clan respawning by C, so it seems the right decision there. They're not gonna be running into Dazed Clan spawners. Instead, Dazed Clan going right to them. So far, the counterattack working out well though. They've taken 3 down for Status Who.
Yeah, no, great work. And Jarbol here now with the ball over by Window. An old favorite of mine, you know, getting that little jump up there on the right, you know, avoiding all the damage. But it can be a bit of a problem to hold for the rest of your team.
And we're seeing that as Jarbol, that ball carrier, going to be first to fall on this counterattack. A couple kills going back and forth, but Status Who with the numbers. Slate Nasty, the furthest player out, so he's going to be watching out for this Dazed Clan. Any stragglers coming in, we talked about, you know, entering the blender or leaking out without any numbers. Doesn't seem they're going to have to worry about that. Status Who just trying to play this ball out to these respawners, but not going to be able to do any of that. 4 down for Status Who again, Delta.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good stick, but I mean, a bit too little too late. And now this B hold here, it's kind of like a... transitional moment here for Dazed Clan, where you get all your fighters back up and you know, play the ball if you have to, but you know, it's all about how much chip time you can get here. And
no way, he catches it right out of his hands.
Hot hand here, just grabbing that ball before it lands in the drink, and really giving his team just a great amount of point here. To, you know, take the lead and alleviate some of that pressure.
Amazing heads-up play out of Alienated there. Dazed Clan thought they were going to be able to snake the lead, play the ball out. Instead, it's Status Who going to be doing just that. Dazed Clan, after the ball played, going going to be the first to gain possession, and they've got a lot of presence on this side of the map. Although, just as I say that, seems like hold forward up towards that turbine side. We see them fall in the kill feed. Bifix.A was safe. It's the polar opposite. Surprise attack from Status 2. They're going to be able to clear out the ball. Ace Clan going to maintain that possession, and you mentioned the blender a bit before. It seems we're entering it here. Both teams just trying to dive at A, get some map presence with this oddball here.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to be an awkward one, like, because you can't go too quickly if you're Status 2 in this situation, and that kind of allows for Ace Clan to run back up for this next fight. So, as we see, 4 straight down for free here, as Dazed Clan now will get a decent chunk of time on the ball here, unless anything strange happens.
Those grenades. He's not going to look to jump up on the box like we mentioned earlier, but...
Oh my god, this is beautiful. He's being pressured into moving away from the window side when everyone is pushing B, and now things are looking very hairy. Gets the kill onto Oz5, but hold forward and Slate Nasty team up to take him out. And oh my god, clutch grenade! Absolutely wrecks any opportunity they had to get a setup out of that, and they're making their way back to C.
Amazing quickness out of these Dazed Clan respawners there, Delta. Yeah, you're right. Oh no, Jarble, just as he makes it to C, takes a swim for his troubles. This ball still reset.
Oh, we're seeing some great Halo here now. Very back and forth stuff here in this game 4. It looks like Dazed Clan are no longer dazed after that 5-0 in the previous round.
Yeah, they're trying to lock in, and so far they're doing just that, just about 20 points and change in their favor. But Status 2, this is far from a ironclad setup. You see hold forward getting caught, not watching their backs, and Dazed Clan certainly looking to punish this unorthodox setup. They're looking primed to do just that.
Yeah, 2 minutes on the clock here and 73 points on the board, but more importantly, 20 points the lead here for Dazed Clan. And it's coming into last chance saloon in this round 1 of game 4 sandwich.
Yeah, you're approaching those final 10 seconds, and you see 3 names grayed out for your squad. Not what you want to see. EPOS 5 is going to have to come up huge. Gonna try to pancake 1, but they still got a whole lot of shields left in the tank, and that's looking to be all she wrote for this round 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, many players in Jarble's position, I believe it was, would have, like, panicked, tossed that ball and gotten his gun up. But he knew the situation. It was like he knew where the enemy was coming from, so probably some great comms on that end. And was able to just get those extra seconds, which allowed a quick cleanup before any kind of re-aggression could come in from Satsu.
Yeah, you always want to see that composure from your oddball carrier, and Status 2 looking to show some composure off the break. They have numbers in their advantage, Delta, and then, oh no, Delta alienated, taking the wrong turn off of that ball pickup. Somehow doesn't get slayed for his troubles. Going to somehow make it all the way out towards back B.
Yeah, and this is the oops kind of hold here, you know. You get to B because things aren't necessarily going well, so you're going to get a bit of chip time here. And, well, I say that, though. They're up to 20 points already, so decent enough hold. Good choice there to drop the ball by Alienated, but unfortunately is picked up. And with 3 in the death screen here, Pos Vibes has a big job to do, and does go down, but that's slowed him down quite a bit. So, you know, this could give his team a chance to break this setup without too much damage being done. I say that, though. Triple kill on the board there for Ogiad, I think. Fantastic play.
Yeah, Dazed Clan locked in just as the ball was coming up, and they've got this C
I think
tower
he got
set
passed
up
underneath.
Well, I'm not someone catching an S7, but yeah, you see EPOS Vibes is going to make it past enemy lines. Just as you say, he's going to pick up a snipe of his own. Now Jarbo feeling the pressure, he's going to let that ball fly, but not before taking that 5-point lead. EPOS Vibes feeling himself, though, picking up the overkill.
Yeah, oh my god, fantastic work from EPOS Vibes there. Like, the second I saw him get past that bridge, I was like, there's no way they're going to clear this. And he just completely infiltrated the enemy line. The only problem now for Status Who is that this B push is gotten completely derailed And Jarbol here now is going to have quite a bit of time.
On the B side, yet again, more scrap time. Dazed Clan certainly happy to take it. Slate Nasty going to force them to play the ball.
Oh, Jarbol.
Trying to get as much time there as possible. Yeah, you saw it.
There was not a second not drained out of the possibility of that ball hole there by Jarbol.
Yeah, every second matters, especially in a game like this, Delta, where this ball is getting played so often. You normally see teams, if they're getting long holes, it's on that tower side of the map. We've been there one time all map, so yeah, you'd love to see them getting every second they can. More kills being traded out. I believe active camo coming up. I'm not quite sure who's got it. My guess, like the previous power-ups this series, it's probably been traded, alienated. Trying to bring it to his respawning teammates. He's got a lot of close spawners though, Delta. The help coming in spades. EPOS 5 is going to shut down Dazed Clan attack on one side, but they're facing some pressure out towards sandbags.
Oh, great kill. Oh, alienated. Like, goated performance there, getting that ball into a position where his team could play off it. And yeah, it gets reset, but it gets reset at a beneficial time for his team.
Yeah, and I mean, Ogyad, I believe, on Dazed Clan, just able to sneak in there as that last player standing to reset the ball, reset the game. Slate Nasty, nice use of that repost there. A whole lot of damage in the tunnel.
Slate Nasty!
Stay with his life.
God. I cannot believe he made it out of there alive. That is skill incarnate there. And as he tries to get that ball back to his teammate's side here, yeah, it's looking a bit scrappy, but you know, you've got to just do everything you can now to deny as much ball time as possible for your opponent. Give yourself a surmountable kind of lead or deficit, you know, because there is still 2 minutes and 45 seconds available in this map.
Yeah, a whole lot of time left to play. Time. Fifth member we mentioned in map 1 hitting the 000s, not a factor just yet. Maybe in the back of Dazed Clan mind they're thinking about it. Again, we saw them use it in map 1, but so far both teams just content to scrap it out here, Delta.
Pulse Vibes is gonna want to go to B, but that way lies only danger.
There is no way safe spot for EPOS there, Delta. Both turns covered by Dazed Clan. They're gonna get the ball out of
30 seconds left now. The efficiency we are seeing from Dazed Clan is just fantastic. Yes, they have a bit of a slaying lead, but they have really gotten points together, and everyone's got their hands on that ball when it counts, you know? And, you know, that's what matters here, as Pause Vibes here coming down onto the ball carrier, but that's why you keep it in your hand. That quick double bop, and wow. 7 seconds remaining. I don't see a way in for Status Who. I'll say that though. A fumble, and these two players are going to have to kill this man quick. 3 seconds here. Goes down, fumble again, 98.
No way.
3 dead now, and Ogyad is coming off the spawn screen. So Status Who are going to have to be very careful. I don't know that they can afford to go around back B and play that ball, because all Dazed Clan have to do is get their little fingies on it, like for 2 seconds here off of the reset, and they're golden.
The Dazed Clan have got a lifeline, and Status Who not going to look to play the ball there. Dazed Clan.
Alienated, I was just saying, you have to be aware of that. And as I said it, he looked, but Yoppy manages to get in just in time to get that 2-0 victory for his team.